I never expected a family dinner to change my life forever. I never imagined that a casual comment, tossed like a careless piece of trash, would slice through the fragile fabric of everything I thought I knew about loyalty, love, and betrayal. But there I was, standing frozen in the middle of my brother's luxurious dining room, a wine glass trembling in my hand, while his wife, my brother's wife, smirked at me with the kind of smug superiority that makes your blood run cold. "You know," she said, her voice soft but venomous, "you were always just Plan B. Plan B." The words reverberated in my skull like the crash of a thunderclap, and for a moment I couldn't breathe. Plan B. My life, my sacrifices, my sleepless nights, my devotion to family, my quiet attempts to support my brother in every way, condensed into 2 words. Just Plan B. And while I'm getting started, don't forget to subscribe. This is where we'll find the wildest family dramas, real-life revelations, and stories you won't be able to tear yourself away from. I am Eva, 29, a woman who grew up putting others first. I spent my 20s juggling 2 jobs while putting my brother, my friends, and my family before myself. I've been the mediator when fights erupted, the shoulder to cry on when love fell apart, the invisible glue holding everyone together. I never sought recognition, I never demanded it, but hearing her say those words shattered something inside me. My brother, Ryan, was oblivious as usual. Handsome, charming, with a laugh that could disarm anyone, he had always lived in his own bubble. He married Clarissa 5 years ago, a social media influencer with a golden smile and a reputation for playing the long game. They met at a charity gala, where Ryan, slightly awkward and nervous, spilled his drink on her designer dress. She laughed. He fumbled. And just like that, a storybook romance was spun, at least on the surface. Clarissa's smirk that night at the dinner table, however, was anything but storybook. It was a calculated, deliberate expression designed to hurt. And hurt it did. I felt my chest tighten, my hands clenching, the words rising in my throat that I could not speak, not yet. The room smelled of roasted chicken and candle wax, faint perfume mingling with tension so thick it could be sliced with a knife. My parents chatted innocently at the table, oblivious to the silent war erupting in the center of their home. My heart pounded in my ears. I wanted to vanish, to escape, but something inside me, the part that refuses to let injustice pass, snapped. I took a slow, deliberate breath. Plan B. I repeated, my voice steady despite the storm inside. You think you know what that means? Clarissa's eyebrows arched. Oh, come on, Eva. Don't play coy. Everyone knows Ryan only married you after he couldn't get me. I froze. My blood ran cold. Could she really be saying this? Could she be admitting what I had only suspected in the darkest corners of my mind? Ryan, my brother, my supposed ally, had a plan, someone he wanted before he met Clarissa? Someone he might still? I excused myself under the pretense of getting water and bolted to the kitchen. I needed space. I needed air. My chest heaved as the betrayal sank in. And then, an idea, sharp and terrifying in its clarity, cut through the panic. If she thought I was Plan B, maybe it was time she met the real Plan A. The next day, I began the delicate work of tracking him down. His name was Alex, and yes, he had been Ryan's first love, the one that slipped through his fingers years ago. I found him through a mutual friend on social media, the kind of accidental click that felt fated. He was living in another city now, a successful architect, calm, kind, and completely unaware of the storm about to hit his life. I sent him a message. Hi Alex. I'm Eva. I know this might sound crazy, but I need your help. My brother's wife just humiliated me, and I think it's time you came back into the story. Not for Ryan, not for revenge, but to remind someone what real loyalty looks like. I waited, heart hammering, praying he didn't think I was insane. 2 days later, he replied. His words were simple. I think I understand. I'll be there. The day Alex arrived, everything shifted. I orchestrated the dinner carefully, knowing Clarissa's schedule down to the minute. When she walked into my apartment that evening, laughing, hair perfectly styled, heels clicking against the marble floor, she found me and Alex standing there. Not confronting, not threatening, just calmly, deliberately present. "Eva, who's this?" she asked, suspicion creeping into her tone. "This," I said, stepping closer, my voice unwavering, "is Ryan's plan A." Clarissa's jaw dropped. I could see her mind racing, calculating, trying to assess the damage, the angle, the story she could spin. But for once, I wasn't stepping back. I wasn't allowing her venom to dictate my self-worth. Alex smiled at me, calm and steady. "Hello, Clarissa. I've heard a lot about you," he said, his tone neutral, but the edge of irony was unmistakable. For hours we sat together, subtly turning the conversation, dropping small truths, revealing histories she hadn't considered. The story of Ryan's first heartbreak, of Alex's patient, unwavering affection, of the sacrifices and compromises I had made quietly, without applause. Clarissa's composure began to crack. She laughed at the wrong times, frowned at my comments, and finally, she left, storming out in a flurry of designer fabric and fury. It was liberation disguised as confrontation. I felt the weight lift off my shoulders, the invisible chains snapping. I wasn't Plan B. I wasn't an afterthought. I had a voice, a power, and a spine strong enough to hold up to anyone who tried to diminish me. Ryan called the next day, confused, angry, and trying to manipulate. "Eva, what are you doing? This is ridiculous." I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I simply said, "I'm done being anyone's Plan B, Ryan. You made your choices. Now I'm making mine." The fallout wasn't clean. My parents were upset at first, my social circle buzzed with gossip, and Clarissa tried every manipulation tactic she knew: texting, social media posts, guilt trip. But I remained calm, grounded, and unwavering. I had faced betrayal, humiliation, and doubt, and I had come out stronger. In the weeks that followed, Alex and I became friends, slowly, carefully, with laughter and honesty. He wasn't Ryan's replacement. He wasn't my revenge. He was a reminder that people who truly mattered, who valued you for yourself, would never see you as Plan B. And me? I began living for myself, not for my brother, not for anyone who tried to claim me, control me, or diminish me. I enrolled in courses I'd always postponed, started traveling, and rebuilt boundaries that had long been ignored. The word Plan B no longer haunted me, it fueled me. Sometimes I think back to that dinner. The shock, the words, the venom. I remember the way my heart had raced, the way fear and anger had twisted inside me. And I smile, because I learned something vital that night. The only plan you need is your own. And for the first time, I realized something that no one could ever take away. I am my own Plan A.